This video was originally conceived to be a discussion on Skype video etiquette, how to set up, how to answer questions, how to just pull off a good Skype live video interview. And then the whole world went and lost its mind. We are in the midst of a crisis right now, and we are going through the largest work from home / work remotely experiment that anyone has ever undertaken. And as a result, many companies, including my own, have stopped doing face-to-face interviews and have moved exclusively to video conferences. So today, I'm not going to tell you how to pull off Skype video interview etiquette. I'm not going to tell you how to set up your background. I'm not going to tell you how to set up your lighting. I'm just going to show you. Stick around. You need to see this interview all the way through if you plan on finding a job during this current crisis. Darren DeLuca here, and welcome to the Ramblin' Recruiter. Want to find the job of your dreams? Subscribe, click the bell, enable notifications, and you'll never miss a new video again. So today we're doing a live demonstration of a Skype live video interview. That's right, I am going to be interviewed by a top recruiter for an imaginary talent acquisition manager role. I am not actually looking for a job. I am not interviewing for any jobs. This is just a demonstration, but rather than try to talk you through how to do this, I'm just going to show you. I don't have any previous knowledge of the questions. I have no idea whether the recruiter is going to focus on technical questions or behavioral questions. We're very fortunate to be joined by Yasmin Isek today. She's one of the toughest recruiters anywhere in the world and one of the best in New York City. And I can tell you she's not going to take it easy on me. All right, enough talk. It's demonstration time. Yasmin, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Darren, for having me.
And I can tell you absolutely for certain that I know she will not be taking it easy on me today. Yasmin's going to be interviewing me for a recruiter position as if I was just any other candidate off the street. And the whole purpose of this is to demonstrate the ins and outs and etiquette of how to conduct an interview over a live video conference. Yasmin, can you tell us a little bit about what your methodology is going to be? Like, what kind of info are you trying to gain? What are the insights that you want to get out of this?
Of course, Darren. So initial HR screening is not going to be, of course, really technically diving deep into the candidate's experiences, but just to understand the overall experiences, very high-level overview, and understand the motivation, what the candidate is looking for, understanding the overall career progression, and of course there will be some HR related questions that will be on the salary expectation and so on. Gotcha.
Well, it sounds pretty extensive. And what's been your experience these last few weeks with the world situation being what it is? I know guidance has been to move away from face-to-face interviews completely and go straight to video conferences. So what has your experience with that been?
Well, it's been going pretty smoothly. I mean, everyone is making those little adjustments that we should be all doing. I mean, we are doing conferences and we're doing video interviews already, but it's just a little bit more that even at the final stage sometimes. So
yeah, gotcha. So we're going from Hirevue to Webex or Skype to onboarding instead of Hirevue to face-to-face to onboarding, right?
Yeah. So that's what we've been doing so far.
Gotcha. Well, that's great. Well, I've done enough talking, so it's your turn. Okay, go ahead, have at it. Don't take it easy on me.
All right. So, Darren, please walk me through your career progression, very high-level overview to start.
Sure. So I started on the recruitment agency side of the business. I like to say I did my career backwards because I started in executive search. I went from there to more middle market and then to contract staffing. I made the transition to corporate in-house recruiting in 2011 as a contractor for J&J. And I was fortunate to, after about a year and a half, have an opportunity to interview for a full-time role, and I was brought on board full-time. I stayed with them till 2015. Unfortunately, situations changed. They moved a lot of their TA function to Florida, and I really didn't have much choice, so I accepted a new position with Brother International Corporation, which was a total change from J&J. I mean, culture shock from 130,000 person company to 1,000 person company, from pharmaceuticals to printers. But it was an opportunity to build a talent acquisition function from the ground up. So I really enjoyed that, and I got to work very closely with a lot of senior people in the business, including the CEO. From there, I said, you know what, I like what I'm doing, but I miss being in pharmaceuticals, because I kind of miss that piece of the mission, you know, actually patient centricity. So I went to Mallinckrodt as a talent acquisition business partner, which was kind of a blended executive search, HR, you know, recruiter role. And fortunate from there to get introduced to Joel Knippel and land at Pfizer in a role I would consider a dream job, you know, as a outreach manager, getting to work with veterans and people with disabilities. It's just great.
Oh, that's great. So that's great, Darren. And what was the reason of your move to Pfizer at that time, from one pharma to another pharma to outreach manager position?
Yeah, so Mallinckrodt is a relatively small company, and they're pretty troubled. They have a specialty branded pharmaceuticals business that focuses on rare diseases, but the bulk of the business is generic and is focused almost entirely on controlled substances, primarily opioids, which are very challenged right now. And the company had many lawsuits against them. It was a very popular target for politicians, and really the writing was on the wall that they were a troubled company. So when I saw the opportunity at Pfizer, I jumped on it. I was comfortable at Mallinckrodt. I wasn't actually in risk of losing my job, but I decided it was time to pursue a passion, and I feel very fortunate to have been able to move over to Pfizer.
Okay, perfect. So you're currently an outreach manager.
That's correct, yeah.
And you've been working at Pfizer for a while. Why are you interested in this position, talent acquisition manager role, coming back to TA?
Yeah, I miss it. I miss the deep interaction with the candidates. I miss the deep interaction with the hiring managers. I miss kind of guiding them through their process. And there is some element of doing the sourcing where, you know, you're looking for that diamond in the rough that can be both a challenge and a lot of fun at the same time. So, you know, given the opportunity to manage a team again and to work directly with hiring managers again in that kind of closely interlinked capacity, yeah, I would absolutely welcome that opportunity.
Okay, got it. And Darren, being familiar with the talent acquisition position, things don't always go smoothly. So do you have an example of a time when you tried your hardest, but you were not able to get that desired outcome?
Oh, God, yeah. Okay, so I can think of a couple of examples, but I'll start recently at our current company. No, I'm sorry, I'm going to take it back one, actually. We'll start with my previous role at Mallinckrodt. I was tasked with finding a medical director for the rheumatology franchise. We had one rheumatology product. We had already done all the studies we were ever going to do in rheumatology. There was never going to be another study done. And the rheumatology therapeutic area was kind of very secondary for that product. So it was not a super attractive position. And to find a board certified rheumatologist who had, you know, a whole laundry list of skills and qualifications and wanted to come to work for Mallinckrodt and was willing to accept the job at the compensation we were offering was next to impossible. I tried everything. I tried everything from direct sourcing right out of the hospitals, direct sourcing outside the U.S. hospitals. We worked with every contingency firm that said that they could produce candidates in that space, and contract research and retained search. And we did interview a few people, and one of them made it to finals and ultimately didn't accept the job with us. So it was a really challenging position, and I actually left before the role ever got filled. So to my knowledge, it still remains unfilled.
Oh, got it. When you look back, would you do anything differently?
I would, yeah. I would have fought a lot harder to get the role leveled up because we were not really market competitive with the compensation, and I would have fought harder to go right to retained search from the beginning. There are times that that's probably the best option, and I think that was one of them.
Okay, got it. That's great. And in terms of your activeness in the market, Darren, are you interviewing with any other companies? What's the timeline there?
So I am, ready to accept a position when I find the position that is right. I am not, trying to throw myself out the window. I'm not in any risk of losing my position. So I'm happy and content, but ready to make a move when I find the right opportunity.
Okay.
And from what I'm hearing so far, this could be it.
Okay, great. So I'm thinking no offers on the table yet for you.
That's right. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, great. Okay, and in terms of salary, what would your salary expectations be for this talent acquisition manager role?
So this is a great teachable moment here, folks, because Yasmin is not going to accept no answer from me. So I'm going to have to play this one a little bit cautiously. So I am currently making XYZ, A, B, and C. I would be looking for a reasonable increase above that, keeping in mind the skills and knowledge that I bring to the position. Well, I feel thoroughly worked over. Yasmin, your interview skills are definitely top-notch. Thank you so much for being with us today. It was great to have you, and I definitely get the feeling you're going to be the star of this video. If you want to see another video interview demo I did, you'll want to check out the demo of a Hirevue interview I did right here. Should pop up any second now. And the video that's over here, that's the one that YouTube thinks you're going to like the best, and they're pretty much always right about that. So check it out when you get a chance. Enjoy the rest of your job searching day. Thanks for stopping by, and as always, stay classy, YouTube. See you next time. You dig?